Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Thursday night showdown slate we got going on for the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans, the lowly old Houston Texans. They gave a lot of people some scares in the first 2 weeks with Tyrod Taylor cooking things up, but they have some injuries now. Tyrod Taylor's on the IR. And now Davis Mills is the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans on Thursday. So if you're looking at the line, if you got it at -7, congratulations. You got a great price. You got an awesome price. So it's going to keep rising. It's going to be 7.5. It's going to be 8. It's going to be 8.5. This is going to get ugly. This is going to get very ugly because you have the #1 defense in the Carolina Panthers going up with one of the worst rushing defenses in the league, and also pretty much a rookie no-name quarterback in Davis Mills, who threw an interception last week against the Cleveland Browns, even fumbled the ball. If he was afraid of Cleveland Browns defense, Carolina Panthers speed that they have with that front seven is absolutely insane. So let me pretty much break down this lineup to you. This one is going to might be one of the shortest videos I ever make on explaining a showdown pretty much. So this is what we got. All right. I already locked in. I got Christian McCaffrey, Panthers defense, and I got Brandon Cooks. All right, so the best option, which might be chalk, probably will be chalk, but Christian McCaffrey should honestly be the captain. If you want to be, a little contrarian, the defense is an option. Maybe one of the other Carolina Panthers, maybe it's a Robbie Anderson, maybe it's a DJ Moore, but most likely Christian McCaffrey and the usage that he has. There's no sharing the ball like it is in Cleveland with Chubb and Kareem Hunt. There's none of that. No, it's Christian McCaffrey getting all the touches. 24 rushing attempts plus 6 to 7 to 9 to 10 of receiving yards, receiving receptions and targets to go along. He's going to have a full workload and going up against a very poor defense. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. I don't see it any other way, honestly. I really don't. I really want to scratch and claw. Maybe if Tyrod was playing, I would be sympathetic. I'm like, all right, we can do something sort of a nice 3-3 stack. We got Christian McCaffrey, we got Tyrod. If you want to throw in Darnold, you can. But I'm taking that and throwing out the window. We're going with either Christian McCaffrey or the defense to pick apart Davis Mills and the Houston Texans, which I already checked. If you look at the DVOA and we're going to Houston, they're ranked 31st against the rush. And you got the #1 running back in the league. So we're going to stick with that. We like Panthers D. Obviously, with Davis Mills, he's going to target the #1 guy in the offense, and that's going to be Brandon Cooks. He had 14 targets in the previous week with a touchdown, so I don't expect him to take a huge plunge down. He might just get there off of volume and looks. But after that, you're going to have to take some cheaper guys. I'm not really going with Sam Darnold because in this game, you can if you want to, but I pretty much see that they don't need Darnold. They'll move the ball down the field pretty much off the back of McCaffrey. Darnold could be a sneakier option going up against a poor defense. So I'm not going to take him out totally. Just rethinking it. You could even fade Brandon Cooks. You can even, because the salary is going to get really tight if you add in Sam Darnold, you could even fade Brandon Cooks, bring in Sam Darnold, and bring one of the cheaper pass catching options for the Carolina Panthers, which can be finally a breakout game for Terrace Marshall. Maybe, obviously, Robbie Anderson has that upside with the deep bomb. He can get there as well. But the main key cog is going to be McCaffrey. And then you're going to want someone that's going to get in that end zone. That's why you can go with a Robbie Anderson. You can go with a Terrace Marshall, who's a little bit lower. Let me get him in here at 4K. That's dirt cheap. I think he's the sneakier option. That's where you could go right here. Getting targets in the first 2 weeks, 9 targets in the first 2 weeks, going up against a poor defense. Maybe they try to lock up DJ Moore. And that next intermediate guy or short yardage guy is going to be Terrace Marshall while Robbie Anderson's running deep routes. Okay, so you're really, really creative here. You don't have to be generic and go McCaffrey, Panthers, Cooks. You can be like, all right, the Carolina Panthers offense should obviously go off. Let me incorporate all those options. I can't afford DJ Moore, but I can get one of their secondary receivers, which is going to be a Terrace Marshall. Or as a Zylstra, or with this fourth wide receiver, he happened to get a touchdown last week off of 3 targets. He really didn't get no work in week 1, but this is where you're going to have to need to make multiple lineups. So you get your core of McCaffrey Panthers, Darnold, or McCaffrey Panthers, Cooks, and then you alternate from there. So another guy I would like, obviously, if you don't go Cooks and you need another option for the Houston side, then I would go with either Phillip Lindsay or David Johnson. Either one of those two, okay? Phillip Lindsay has gotten a touchdown in both of the games, the first 2 games. That's a sneaky option. You just need him to get in the end zone. Obviously, they should be down, so you want the receiving back. And if I want the receiving back for the Houston Texans, that should be David Johnson. 3 receptions and 4 targets on week 1, 2 receptions, 2 targets in week 2. If you think they're going to be down and they're going to be checked down central for Davis Mills, probably a lot of incompletions, just like he did against the Browns in the previous week, then I would lean towards that option that's going to be on the field in third down and long, second down and longs, those type of situations. So if I did that, I still have 3,100 left, and you can get creative. Maybe the secondary option for Houston at wide receiver, which is Chris Conley. He's an option. Anthony Miller really hasn't been getting any work, but it gets pretty ugly out there. The cheapest I would go would probably be Chris Conley. All right, especially with Amendola doubtful, they're gonna probably be leaning on Conley to get a couple more snaps. Ian Thomas is the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. It's between him and Dan Arnold. How's Dan Arnold been doing? Okay, he's a little more expensive. So the Arnold and Arnold connection, if you can find a way to afford him, you might need to go cheaper on another Houston guy. Say you take out David Johnson, put in Conley, then you can put in probably Dan Arnold. All right? But this is going to be the key for a Thursday slate. We're going 100% lock. Have Panthers D and McCaffrey in every single lineup, either at captain or flex. Probably the best option at captain will be McCaffrey because it's the golden matchup. This is like Aaron Jones the other night against the Detroit Lions. This is what this matchup is. So if you bench or you decide to put McCaffrey in your flex, that's your problem. We're playing McCaffrey at the captain spot, all right? And I said it like that. All right, so we're going McCaffrey, we're going Panthers, and then pretty much you're going to need to figure out the rest. Like I said, high volume to Brandon Cooks. If you wanted to switch off, maybe you can even go Cooks, Sam Darnold, and go really dirt cheap with the last 2 flex spots. But you're going to have to get creative with that, and it's going to put you in an ugly position. So you have to watch out for that. All right, since you're paying for so much for McCaffrey, then you have to go with the mid-tier guys to fill out that flex on the last 2 bottom spots, all right? So that is going to be our breakdown for the Thursday night football showdown we got going on for the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. I wholeheartedly think and know that the Carolina Panthers will win this game and probably cover that number, all right? I'm not sure how it's going to be an onslaught. I don't know how the Texans can put up points if they have an incompetent rookie quarterback in Davis Mills, who's going to turn the ball over on a frequent basis. What the Panthers defense has been doing the first 2 weeks has been very, very, very good. Very, very good. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 448 subscribers. Let's push that number to 440. All right. 450. Not 440. 450. And then get me to 100. All right. To 500. See, I'm messing up here. That's all right. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MSSD, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out.